Hello everyone, and welcome to a slightly different video. So this isn't really a tutorial, it's showing a glitch I discovered with DaVinci Resolve, and specifically with the pipe redirect node. I'll show you what this is. So I've created a brand new timeline. I'm just going to grab some action VFX footage here. It doesn't matter what it is. No, that's not the right one. Let's grab this. There you go. So I've got some footage here. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go in and open Fusion. Okay. So I'm going to disconnect this media in. I'm going to add a background. Why? Just because it's just what I do out of habit. And we're going to pipe this here. Now, I discovered a bit of a glitch in my text tutorial, and I talk about it in that tutorial. Links in the description, where I had a text node that would suddenly collapse itself down to 1 pixel by 2 pixel. And I thought nothing of it. I worked around it. But today I was on Reddit, and somebody was saying that they were having a problem where adding a blur to a ellipse mask into the mask pin of a color corrector node would result in the mask not working. And I'll show you. And what I noticed is that they were using a redirector. And a redirector is this. Let's say you've got this line and you want to move it around because it's going over other things. Well, you can hold down Alt and press on the line, and it'll put this pin, which is a pipe router. Sorry, a pipe router. And this allows you to, move your things so you don't have them going through other nodes and things like that. It helps you keep things organized. But I may have discovered a bit of a glitch with these. So we've got our media in. I'm going to add a color corrector. Add a color corrector node and desaturate it. So here we can see it's black and white, but I only want the center here around him to be black and white. Okay, so I'm going to add, a rectangle, and I'm going to pipe that in here. And now only the area inside the rectangle is in black and white, right? Because we're masking the effect. We're telling the color corrector node, you're only allowed to color correct inside this box. Perfect. Now let's say I want to add a bit of blur to it. I know there's, soft edge I could use to do that, but this is just for an example, right? So let's say add a blur here. I did that wrong. So we're going to add a blur, put that in here. Did I put that in the wrong place? Let me try it again. That should work. I've used it before. I don't know why it's broken. Let me try just instead of a rectangle, the ellipse. Blur. Right? There you go. Okay, I don't know why that was happening. And instead of bringing that into there, we're going to bring that into the blue here. And look at that. Now, my blur node, I can blur out that circle, make it nice and soft, and it works. Perfect. Let's try that again. I'm going to now create, let's say, an ellipse, and I'm going to pipe it into here. That's great. I'm going to add a router node. And now I'm going to add a blur. And look at that. Oops, give me a sec. Here we go. And look at that. It's not masking. Isn't that strange? It's not masking out the color correct. And if I go here, it's broken. It's broken. It's not showing me. It's refusing to load it into. It's refusing to load it into the viewers. If I remove this, oh no. If I remove this, it goes back to normal. That's perfect. If I add it back on, It's still normal. What the heck? So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I thought, though, that it was important for you guys to be aware that there's a bit of a weird, inconsistent bug. Like I said, I'm going to take this out. Remove this. I'm going to put not a background. I'm going to put, like, let's say a rectangle. I'm going to feed it in here. Add a router node. Add a blur. We're going to take that out of the mask, run it in here. And it's broken. If I delete this, it stops being broken. So the router node appears to cause the issue, but only if it was there before I added the blur. If I add the router node afterwards, it works perfectly fine. Or maybe it doesn't. Yeah, it works perfectly fine. But, like I said, here, I'll take out the blur. And now if I add the blur now, it should break. And it broke. So yeah, this is something to be aware of. If you are using, what are these called again? Pipe routers? Things can get a bit weird. And here, I had this problem, like I said, in this tutorial. Right? If I go back to my edit, and I go to the right timeline here, timeline 1. If I go over to my original examples when I was trying to figure out how to do these cool effects, and I go to this one, open in Fusion, this, sometimes it'd break, sometimes it wouldn't, and I didn't know why. So it's working correctly here, right? Everything's good. But if I then did this, for example, this text would become a 1x2. A 1 pixel by 2 pixel node at random. So I ended up instead going here. If I go back to my edit, in my final example, where I did it with you guys, I just used a instance node, which isn't exactly efficient, but at least it wasn't breaking. So that's my situation. That's the weird thing here. If I go back to, where was I? It wasn't Halftone. It was Bifrost. Yeah. So if we go back here, and we go back into our Fusion, this is broken. If I remove this, it's still broken. If I remove the blur, it's still broken. Actually, it's completely broken. Oh no, I put it in the wrong pin. Give me a sec. Right here. So now it works. If I add this, that works. And if I do this and add a pin and then add the blur, it's not working anymore, though it's still being, like, this doesn't work. The blur doesn't work anymore, and the rectangle doesn't, but it's still remembering the mask for some reason. So it looks like there's something weird with the here, let me fix this so it stops being stupid. So it looks like there's something wrong with the pipe router. It's not liking, like, now it's working. Is it? Nope. We're broken again. If I remove this, now it's working. So yeah, so be aware as you're editing, if you're using pipe routers, which I love using these, they're great. But if you are using them, things can go very, very weird, and I don't know why. I guess I'll put in a ticket with Blackmagic and see Maybe they're aware of it, maybe they're not. It's very strange. Anyways, I thought this was important for you guys to know. Hopefully this will help solve some issues that you guys might encounter with your comps. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.